Hi guys, welcome back to my series Agile Development 101. Last time we started doing release planning for 2.0 release, and we had done some breakdown of our epics. Um, what needs to happen next is we have to get ready for the first sprint, and so we need to select. How do you get ready for a sprint? You go through a meeting called sprint planning, which is attended by the product owner and the development team, and hopefully the Scrum Master, in which the development team will select cards from the product backlog according to the prioritization of the product owner, but they will only select so many that they are confident that they can complete them to the predetermined quality bar. And that quality bar is represented by something called the definition of done. So we have a simplified scenario because we have the split personality of product owner, development team, and Scrum Master all in one head. And so these cards have already been prioritized. And my sprints are very short. They're usually a single day and sometimes a weekend. So it says adjust customer view to include shipments under quotes question mark. I'm going to say I'm pretty sure I can complete this in a sprint. Of course, I don't know all the requirements. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but I think that I can do it, which is fine. During sprint planning, I can take in and push out as I learn more about what's necessary. Right? We can also split the cards and say, well, do this part first and do this other part later. It's all very flexible, but the key is to have an amount that the development team is comfortable with completing in their time frame, in their sprint time frame. Okay. Now, adjust customer view to include shipments. So what I should do during sprint planning, so I've selected this card, I think that I'm going to do it. I need to break this product backlog item down into tasks. So tasks are things that have to get done in order to complete this card, but maybe individually they don't have value, but when taken together they do. So one task might be adjust the database, right? Just adjusting the database by itself doesn't add value to the product, but adjusting the database plus adding a user interface plus adding sample data, that taken together might achieve this card. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take a look at the current customer list, right? So I have to do something to this particular list. So I'm going to need a couple of different things. I'm going to need some styling to distinguish between shipments and quotes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this to an issue, and then it gets its own kind of page, and I can make a checklist of stuff to do. Stuff to do. Okay, and I can make my little checklist. So first thing is CSS styling for shipments. Okay, so I need some styling for this. I also need to adjust React component to display shipments. So there's the React component is essentially like it's like a HTML template that would get inserted for each shipment that's available. I need to put in some logic to look, is there a shipment, and then stick it into the page, right? And where do these shipments come from? They come from the database. So I would probably need, I actually have a shipment table in my database already, so I can use that. But I need the client to subscribe to the data of the shipment. So I need to connect to the server and grab that data. So subscribe to shipment data. And so this might be getting a bit technical, but this data subscription could happen at various points. And if I do it too late, then there might be some lag time. There might be some loading, like pop-in, because it's waiting, the client is waiting for the server to provide the data. But if I do it kind of up front somehow, then everything will happen instantaneously. So, but there's also the drawback that I might have to download a lot of data because I don't know which customer will get selected. So I'm just going to put a note to myself, minimize loading time. Okay, and then I probably need some kind of there's no way to create a shipment right now, so I probably need some sample data in my database just to kind of test this. So add sample data to database. Okay, and so I have styling, but I don't have any content. So the styling might just be a little box somewhere. You can see on the quotes, I put some little details about the quotes. The shipment probably needs something like that as well. And those can be placeholders, but something should appear there. So placeholder data fields for shipment line item. Okay. Now, those are all the things I can think of right now. No, I can think of more. So there's a status draft on these quotes. Some shipments are active and some are inactive, and I think I probably should call out the ones that are kind of done or canceled apart from the ones which are actively being worked on. So styling for active, inactive shipments. Okay, so I've updated this, and now I have a little checklist for what to do. And it is by no means complete. I'm probably going to discover all kinds of stuff that I need to do as I'm doing it, and that can be updated every single day on the fly whenever I need to. This is the exclusive tool of the development team to coordinate the completion of this product backlog item. Okay, there is no sort of commitment or anything like that. It's just planning your daily work. Now, the open question is, to what degree does this need to be done? To what degree does it need to be good? What's the quality bar? And so every team should have something called a definition of done, which they apply to all of the work that they do. And that definition of done may include some technical elements, and it may include some kind of subjective elements. But in general, it should be strong enough that the resulting development will be releasable in production to our business. And it should be achievable, right? It should be realistic. So I'm going to go grab my definition of done from my past work. Oh, not there. Here, I have a definition of done. And I'm going to stick it in here as a checklist so that I know what I have to do. So you see my definition of done. Definition of done should always be a checklist. All tests passing local. All tests passing Circle CI, which is the cloud service for running the same tests. And all tests passing Travis CI, which is another, CI stands for continuous integration. Both services should pass. Any new business logic should be separated from view logic. So this is kind of like a technical debt line item. If you mix up business logic with view logic, then you restrict yourself a great deal if you wanted to change libraries or reuse business logic in another place. But it's very tempting, and typically it happens at first that you write the business logic in the view layer, and then, but if you need to take the time to separate them. So I'm putting this in here to make sure that I take the time to separate this logic. History.md is updated, so I want to update the change log of what I've done on the project. I test that it works on Safari, and I test that it works on Chrome because these are the two browsers on my computer. I could also expand it to Internet Explorer, but I don't have it on my Mac, so right now I'm not doing that. Okay, so that's kind of like the end of my sprint planning. So I have an idea of what I'm going to do. I'm pretty confident I could do it in one day. I don't know every detail, right? Because I don't know what data fields I will use. I don't know what the thing will look like. I still need to make a mock-up. I don't know what landmines I'm going to step on once I start developing. But that's all kind of based on experience that I think I can deal with it. So at the end of the sprint planning meeting, the product owner goes back to his day job, and the development team gets to work and will contact the product owner if they need him during the sprint. So in the next episode, I think we're going to go and we're going to do a bit of probably some mock-up work. And then after that, we'll look more in depth at the development itself, the coding. Thanks for watching.